What's the difference between the Board of County Commissioners and the Clerk of the Court? Find out next on Inside St. Lucie. Hello and welcome to this edition of Inside St. Lucie, SLC TV's monthly government affairs show. I'm your host, Eric Gill, Communications Director for St. Lucie County, and on today's show we're going to take a look at the Clerk and Comptroller's Office with newly elected Clerk of the Court Michelle Miller and St. Lucie County Commission Vice Chair Sean Mitchell. But before we meet our guests, here's some upcoming events and announcements from the Board of County Commissioners. St. Lucie County's Human Services Division is offering summer camp scholarships to income-eligible St. Lucie County households starting April 1st. Preference will be given to households who are working or currently enrolled in school. Applicants must be St. Lucie County residents and meet the home income guidelines. Income eligibility is based on household size and must be at or below 200% of the federal poverty level. For details, visit stlucieco.gov or call 772-462-1777. There is more than $9.9 million in financial assistance available to St. Lucie County residents through two programs to help renters and owner-occupied households who have been negatively financially impacted by COVID-19. For more information about these programs, including qualifications and to apply, visit recoverstlucie.org. Now for the latest updates about all St. Lucie County Commission meetings, workshops, and events, be sure to visit our website at stlucieco.gov and click on our comprehensive calendar. And if you'd like to be added to our press release distribution list, send us an email at pio@stlucieco.org. We also hope you'll follow us on social media because we're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Nextdoor. We're going to take a quick break, but before we do, we're going to check in with the latest economic development stats with another St. Lucie Works. COVID-19 continues to impact St. Lucie County's bed tax revenue, with January's numbers decreasing by 22% compared to the same time frame in 2020. However, the January revenue exceeded staff's revenue forecast. Overall building activity dropped by 15% in January, with 872 permits submitted compared to December's 1,031 permits. The housing market remains strong. According to Florida Realtors Association, the median home sale price in St. Lucie County in January was $270,000, up 17% from last year, while condo values rose by nearly 4% with the median price at $255,285. St. Lucie County's unemployment rate dropped in January to 5.8%, down from December's 6.4%. Statewide, the unemployment rate was 5.8%. The largest increases in the labor force on the Treasure Coast were in professional and business services and construction trades, with 1,200 jobs each. The largest decreases continued to be in government, education and health services, and leisure and hospitality. If you work for a local business looking for skilled or trained labor, be sure to contact the staff at Career Sources. They can assist your company with its recruitment and training needs. And if you're an individual looking for a job, they can help you as well. Visit CareerSource online at careersourcerc.com or call 1-866-4U2-HIRE. Welcome back to Inside St. Lucie. I'm your host, Eric Gill, and I'm joined by the Clerk of the Court and Comptroller. I forget to add the Comptroller. The other clerk never used that phrase, but Michelle Miller, thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here with you today.
So I know you're not new in the office, but I mean, a few months, 4 months,
yes.
Still fairly new. In the
Very new.
Phase. Yeah.
A lot of times I feel like I'm drinking from a fire hydrant. It's coming at me all at once, and then a little bit of a reprieve, and it comes right back again.
So I think one of the struggles I have is trying to educate people the different branches of government and who does what. And,
Sure.
there's some people that think, well, the county commissioners are over the property appraiser and the tax collector and the clerk of the court and the sheriff, and we're not. We provide the funding for some of those agencies, but you are an elected constitutional office.
Correct, and there's 5 of us, and it's interesting that you say that because every morning that we have jury trials, we will go down and address the jurors. And I will ask them, how many of you know what the clerk of court does? And it really is interesting to me that there is very rarely one hand that will go up. And that's usually somebody who is a contractor and say, well, I'll file an NOC, or I'm a realtor and I know that you record all my deeds and notes and stuff like that. So it's interesting that you say that, because as a constitutional officer, one of the things that I want to make sure that we do is a really good education campaign and let people know what we do, how we serve them. And that is just in the very beginning stages.
Yeah.
So
it's tough to get their attention. We try to do that on the show, and with so many people moving, you got 1,000 new people
Yes.
moving to Florida every day.
Yes.
And Florida works differently than New York or Jersey or Ohio or
Sure.
wherever you're coming from. So
Right.
it is confusing. What do you think has been the biggest surprise in the office so far?
I would say the biggest surprise and the biggest challenge that we've had is the budget. Now, we don't receive funding from the county. Ours is done through our recording fees and through the state. So we're a little bit different than, let's say, the supervisor of elections, who is another constitutional officer, but does receive the majority of funding through county means. So we receive our funding through the state and through our recording fees and through our court system. Well, as you know, with the last year, our courts have been shut down basically, so that revenue is not coming in. And that has really proved to be somewhat of a challenge for our office. The other thing was our staffing levels. We were down 16, 17 people when I walked through the doors, and that has been a challenge to bring people in, and then the training that's necessary is also quite significant. One of the first things that I did was I looked at where our salaries were, and we were bringing people in at $12 an hour. And you're talking about people who need to have a good understanding of how the court systems work and be able to think through the process. So it's not a menial job. It's not just a repetitive type of job. You actually have to look, analyze, and evaluate throughout the entire process. So we bumped them up. Starting salary went to 13. It's not a lot, but at least we're getting closer to having that $15 mark, which we're hopeful we'll get to. But our budgets have been our greatest challenge, and we do have a bill before the legislature right now that will help stabilize our funding and also create a carryover of 16%. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but it will help to plan for the future years, which is something we are desperately lacking.
Yeah.
So.
And I was going to ask too, because you're not a state agency, you're a local government, but
Right.
you would think there'd be a uniform salary, just like the constitutional officers. Their salary set by the state, but your employees, each clerk gets the discretion to.
Correct. And it's funny, I was talking with one of my elected counterparts up in Brevard County, and she has a lower starting rate than we do, but she has a much larger base. So she has over 600 employees.
Wow.
In her clerk's office, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy that the employee range is so different, but your population is so much greater.
Sure.
So it really does have a lot of different factors that play into this. And you look at Palm Beach, and Joe Abruzzo down there just said, you know what, I'm bumping everybody up to 15. And so we're fighting with those kind of things from north and south. The budget shortfalls from the clerks, the courts not being open, and we keep having things put on us from the legislators, but no funding comes along.
They like to do that.
They
do that to
do.
the county too. So
They
it's
do.
not just you.
Yeah, we have. I know that the county gets a lot of unfunded mandates, and much like in our office, we have to muddle through and figure out how we can best serve our residents with the limited dollars. So we've been successful at cutting a lot of our budget. We have, in just the last 3 months that I've been in there, we've cut our budget by over $400,000. Wow. So that's significant savings to the residents as well. So.
But you've also kind of reshifted services. I know you've got a drive-through now downtown. New wedding space. For those that don't know, the clerk can marry you.
Yes, we can marry you. You get your marriage license. You can do your passport there. Over 1,000 different things that you can do at the clerk's office. But that is one of the most satisfying things that I get to do is to marry people. And I was telling Commissioner Mitchell just a few minutes ago that you have all different kinds of people that walk through the door. So you never know when you get that call, hey, can you come down and do a ceremony? Okay. They may be in shorts just thinking they're going to sign a piece of paper. Or I walked in yesterday and there was a couple with their family in full, African garb, the headdress, the full, formal dress. It was so impressive.
Yeah.
So you never know who you're going to get to marry that day.
No.
So that's been really, really fun and satisfying.
And you're still new in the job, but what are some of the goals and things you want to work on in the next 4 years?
So,
or 3 years, 3.5 years.
Exactly. Once again, the budget. Prioritizing how we can best use dollars that we do have and making sure that if there are dollars left over at the end of the year, we can roll those over. Working with the legislators to make sure that they understand the importance of the clerk's office and what we do, and educating the public. It's a really big deal for people to understand what we do. So hopefully that comes across here in the next 3.5 years.
Yeah. What are something you wish people understood that the clerk's office does that they may not?
Our role.
I mean, there's a lot, but yeah, you said 1,000 different things.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize all of the different things that we do. We were talking, Commissioner Mitchell and I were talking earlier about traffic tickets. Well, if you get a traffic ticket, you have options. You can pay the ticket or you can go to driver's school. But like we were talking, you can go once in 12 months or you can go 5 times in your lifetime. And so you are limited. So foot off the gas there, Speedy.
Luckily, I haven't gotten a ticket since the 90s. So
okay.
It's been a while.
Yep.
How are there ways or opportunities for you as a separate constitutional to partner with some other government agencies? Have you looked at that? Or I know over the years there's been talk about consolidating space or moving from downtown. I don't know if that's come up yet or.
Yes, actually it has. So there was a space study done that the county had, and although I do have reservations about some of the results of that space study, I do feel like there was an opportunity to consolidate court administration into the downtown C building, which is where the clerk's office is right now. So we have worked with court administration and the county to make sure that we have allocated space for court administration, and there's a build out that's going to happen. With that build out, it will allow greater customer service. So if you have to pay a ticket, file your domestic violence paperwork, file your deed or whatever it is that you have to do at the clerk's office, you can actually walk to a front-facing counter now, when it's built out, I should say.
Sure.
And it's more of a customer service friendly type area as opposed to going to individual departments on different floors.
Okay.
So you'll still have the option of having specialized services in those departments,
Sure.
but this will allow
one-stop shop. Kind of.
Exactly. This will allow court administration to move to the county seat, which is downtown Fort Pierce. But it will also allow us to have more of a built-out area, customer service friendly, and we're also implementing a call center. So when you call, you're no longer going to have to go from department to department. Hopefully that customer service person will answer your basic questions. And once again, if there's more expertise needed, you'll have
Send
experts.
you to the
Yes.
right department. Yeah, that's something we get, because I handle a lot of the records requests for the counties, and
Right.
I'd say 1 out of 3 of them I defer to your office. I
Right.
need my marriage license, my divorce certificate,
Yes.
property deeds. All that's the clerk of the court.
Yes.
It's not the Board of County Commissioners, but
Well, one of the things we just partnered with the county and both cities on is it has to do with the permitting process. So instead of going back and forth from the county to the clerk's office back to the county, we've worked with the county and the cities so that you no longer have to make those kind of trips. You can actually, come to the county, they send it to us, we take care of the stuff with us, and then we send it back to you. So it helps alleviate some of the steps, and you can do a lot of those things online. We also started Turbo Court, which allows you to do a lot of things online, like small claims and different filings that you can do right from the comfort of your home. So you don't have to make that trip downtown or Port St. Lucie.
nice. And that's a whole nother aspect too. You mentioned the court system. I know the 19th Circuit has tried to do kind of a citizens academy to
Yes.
explain what this 19th Circuit is. And of course I got sidelined because of COVID, but
Yes.
and I'm sure they'll pick it back up soon.
I hope so.
Yeah, but it is interesting because you have to work with the judges as well as, you know,
Yes.
so you're kind of got your fingers on all the different agencies.
Yes, and I'm very fortunate. Judge Merman, who is our chief judge right now, is just a wonderful partner. He keeps us well informed of, you know, some of the things that are going on and some of the progress that we're making as the case backlog is going. You know, when we can expect things to start moving and you know, what kind of expectations we should have. So he's been a wonderful partner. Same with Patty Harris and the Sheriff's Department, of course. You know, they're just wonderful. We've really been able to foster those partnerships and make some significant changes. So I think we're moving along.
Yeah. Well, for those that may have missed the campaigning in November, what made you decide to run for clerk and what was your background?
So at the time I was working for the Sheriff's Department. Previous to that, I had 25 years in the financial and industry and finance and insurance industry. There we go. I got it out there. And so when I was at the Sheriff's Department, I thought that there were several areas that had some deficiencies that I knew that I could do better. And that's why I ran. I thought, you know, there's no reason that our residents shouldn't have the kind of service that they deserve. So I threw my hat in the ring and won. And I feel like we're on a good path. We've got a long way to go, but that's always a good thing. Sure. You know, it always gives us new opportunities to move forward and do better things.
So if folks want to find out more about the clerk's office, where should they go?
So we have our website. We're always on Facebook and posting different things. But stlucieclerk.com is our website. So you can always find loads of information there.
Yeah, there's a lot of the public records are actually available
Yes.
by searching just through the website.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we're making those more readily accessible too.
Yeah.
So
That's always a challenge, you know, taking those old files and making them updated, you know,
Yes.
and so that they're web accessible and
yes,
they're
and that
available for everybody.
we have a warehouse full of
Oh, I'm sure.
documents that we're going through. Getting away from paper altogether has been a goal. It's challenging, but we're making strides.
Yeah.
So-
And lastly, one of the main responsibilities of the clerk is you're also kind of the checks and balances, sort of the auditors for the county.
Right, we're actually the CFO of the county. So
That's where the comptroller comes in, right?
Exactly, yes. And we rebranded when I came in to make sure that people understood that we are the clerk of the court, but we're also the comptroller for the county. And that doesn't mean that we tell the county, you can do this and you can do that with your budget. What that
Sometimes
means,
you do. At least they do me anyway.
well, what that actually means is that the county commissioners and Mr. Tipton develop their budget, and then we just make sure that we run as the checks and balances for that. So when, you know, the spending gets a little high in a certain area, we notify you and say, hey, listen, you're getting up there, watch that. And
It's not me.
no. But it's an interesting way that the county runs.
Yeah.
And it's actually fascinating. So
Yeah.
I guess I'm
I
weird
still
that
got
way, but-
issues because you guys have a capital asset on our books for a VCR from 2003 that you say is still worth $2,000, and I
Really?
dispute that claim that any VCR is worth $2,000.
Well,
in
maybe to a
2021.
collector.
Maybe that's true. Maybe technology goes down and eventually it
That's
goes
right.
back up. So.
That's right. Yes.
Maybe I'll sell it on eBay and give part of the money back.
Part? Hold on now.
We got the revenue. We'll
Okay.
we'll recycle.
I like that. I like that. Thank you so much for having me.
No, thanks for coming on. It's great when we have the opportunity to bring in the different offices and a chance for the public to understand what they do. And so it's not always just about St. Lucie County because
Yeah, I
we do
appreciate
try to work together with our
We
with our
do.
partners.
And we have a great working relationship. Howard Tipton and Alfonso have been just enormously helpful. So they have clerk experience, so I can draw on that. And that has actually been a cost savings to our clerk's office. So kudos to them.
Awesome. We want to save some time for Commissioner Mitchell.
Yes.
Is there anything you want to mention though before we wrap up the show?
That was pretty much it. Thank you very much. I
No
appreciate
problem.
this time.
Thanks. We'll have you back on again.
I appreciate it.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll talk with St. Lucie County Commission Vice Chair Sean Mitchell. Welcome back to Inside St. Lucie. I'm your host, Eric Gill. I'm Communications Director for St. Lucie County, and I'm joined by St. Lucie County Commission Vice Chair Sean Mitchell. Commissioner Mitchell, thanks for joining us on the show.
Always my pleasure.
Feels like it's been longer than 5 or 6 months, but I think we missed a couple months because of the pandemic.
It could be.
It was
Yes.
the blip of last year that we're still in, but we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely.
So what have you been up to the past few months since we had you on?
I'll tell you what, through this pandemic, trying to stay active, help in the community. We had, for example, on Martin Luther King Day, which was a day of service, I worked as a volunteer at the Treasure Coast Food Bank. Got a lot of good feelings from doing that. They had scheduled us for 4 hours, and because of the expediency and the people that were there, I think we got it done in an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh, wow.
We packed 700 and something baskets, and it was just quite an assembly line. Chick-fil-A has nothing on us.
I want to say that because you recently retired
Yes.
since I think the last time you've been on the show. But you're probably busier, I think, now than you were. I saw one day you coached a football game, was in a St. Patty's Day parade, and then later you were a celebrity bartender that night.
And,
Like,
and a young friend of ours across the street, his child's birthday party. All
Okay,
in one day.
that's a
Yeah,
big day.
That was a busy Saturday. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. But those to me, it's not like work because I really enjoy those things. And when things are fun, it doesn't seem like work to you.
Sure.
What my little bit, and there's so many to thank in the community. When you have a pandemic or when we need to rally together, I'm really, really proud of the citizens of this county and the staff because when we rolled out the vaccinations, which I think has gone tremendously well, we've had a lot of staff that have volunteered their time to make sure that everything ran smooth. And I think there's 20 boards that are volunteers in this county. So volunteerism is big in this county, and especially during a pandemic, I think it really accentuates the good things that we have in our county.
yeah, and I can attest to a lot of those vaccine events. It's not just the people on the ground the day of.
No.
There's weeks of meetings beforehand and
Just facilitating
logistics.
it.
Do we have the gloves? Do we have? There's a lot of people working behind the scenes, not even there that day.
Perfect example. I had a gal that was a friend of the family. She works the VA down in Riviera Beach. Called me, asked me for my county email address, and I was like, I wonder what's up. And what she had 834. She had 1,100 vaccinations that she wanted to give to us to facilitate with the veterans up here. So she got with Alfonso, and all I did was connect the dot.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, you had 834 people who are coming again this Saturday, the 27th of March, to get their second shot. And what amazed me about this, not only were they able to get their vaccination shots, sit for 15 minutes, out the door in 30 minutes, they also offered up to some of the people, hey, do you have a living will? And if you don't, we can facilitate that while you're here right now. And to me, that was just like, I got goosebumps.
You got a captive audience. Why not take advantage
Yeah,
of the
and
time?
I met a Purple Heart recipient, and I got a selfie with him, of course, with my mask on, but I was so excited for
Yeah.
things of that nature. That's the fun part.
Yeah. Now, it was your idea to have Clerk Miller on, and I know in the past you've had Councilwoman Jolene Carballo, on
Michelle
the show.
Franklin,
Yeah.
Brian Bauer from Career Source. I just want the people to know there's so many different roles of government, but sometimes people get confused. You were alluding to that with Clerk Miller a few minutes ago, that they don't know the roles of everybody.
Sure.
So I think it's important for us to get out to the public and explain to them, hey, this is what this department does. This is what this department
Sure.
does. So
Now, we're not the right guy, but we can point you in the right direction.
connect the
Yeah.
dot.
Sure,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely, yes.
Yeah, have you found that since, because you're still in your first term, there's things that still surprise you when you're in office, like, wait, we don't do that, or wait, we're responsible for this, kind of thing.
Or wait, how much is that going to cost?
Yeah, I've heard you say that today at the board
Yeah.
meeting. Even,
Well, you know what? We are responsible to the taxpayers.
Sure.
I think we have I just got some information that I did at how many people have moved into our county. When I moved here in 1991, Port St. Lucie had 55,000 residents. Today, well over 200,000. The county, they're saying a growth rate of 2.34%. And when you get up to 380,000, and they say by the year, I think 20 years from now, or maybe 10, don't quote me,
Yeah.
over 450,000 residents here. So we have a population explosion, and it's been going on, and I understand the warm weather, the low taxes, things of that nature, but it's something you have to be very cognizant of because there's services that are demanded from that too. So when it comes at budget time, you have to be cognizant of the fact that you're a steward for any kind of wasteful spending and things of that nature, but also the safety and well-being of your citizens. So it's a careful balance blend.
And that's something, even Clerk Miller alerted to, is the staffing levels were down. And I know that's something that at the county level, we've been down at our staffing levels as well.
Last time I checked, it was well over 100 people from when we had the most employees was when the boom before 2008.
Yep, like
And then
2008 now, yeah.
we're well over 100 employees less, and we have many more citizens. So there's
more demands, you know.
a lot
Yeah.
more demands.
Yeah.
And so you have to pay kudos to your staff when they're doing an excellent job because they're doing more with less.
Sure, sure. And some of that, though, is technology changes and you can streamline efficiencies, but
Sure.
at the same time, technology can also create additional barriers and challenges,
Sure,
too. you
sure
know?
does, yes.
I mean, we've seen that with the COVID vaccine, you know, a lot of Publix and all these places are online registration or by phone, you know, within 10 minutes are sold out.
Yeah.
So how do you combat that? Well, like you said, we did a small community, like the veterans event, but we did one in Lincoln Park Community Center where we just reached out to churches, 20 different churches, bring us 10 people each. And
And a lot of preparation, like you alluded to earlier. There's a lot of preparation to make that go so smoothly.
yeah, on top of the day-to-day stuff, you know, that was still happening, the records
Absolutely.
requests, the social media.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's been a unique year for all of us. Commissioner, looking ahead, you know, we are entering into the budget year. There issue, and I know you talked about, you know, last year the board lowered the millage rate, something they possibly want to continue to do. But again, like you said, it's that balance of making sure the level of service is still there.
Oh, absolutely, because safety to me, as I alluded to before, is number one thing. But I look forward to working with the budget and our staff, eliminating any wasteful spending and always keeping in mind the needs and wants of our community. So it's a tough blend, but we did. The first year when I got into office, we were on year 5 of a 5-year plan. And I agree with, is that you have to have a certain amount of reserves.
Sure.
And it shouldn't be a dollar amount, it should be a percent, because then you never have to change it. It just follows that blend. Well, I remember Dorian was coming straight at us. I remember standing at a press conference with Howard, our county administrator, and I kind of whispered to him, I said, if this thing hits us straight on, how much, with our reserves, how long are we okay for? Maybe a week?
Yeah, I was gonna say, 2
Maybe a
weeks.
week? And then we have to bond money, we have to borrow money at a higher rent. And to that convinced me, let's stay the course, let's make sure we have enough in reserves, but looking forward, be mindful of the wasteful spending and also be able to drop our millage. So in year 2, we did drop the millage, and I look forward to working very hard to drop the millage again this year.
Yeah, because one of the challenges, and you know this too, and residents probably are aware, when we have those events, even if they don't hit us, you know, the stores that there's still a lot of resources allocated into opening the EOC for the weekend and having deputies out on the road and mandatory evacuations, and some of that you may or may not get reimbursed from FEMA, you know, or if they
Or
do,
there's a clawback.
I was gonna say, or you'll get reimbursed, and then
Yeah.
5 years from now they'll go, wait a second, where's the paperwork for this again? And we've learned that the hard way
Yes.
since Francis and Jean, that everything's digitized and we can email, you know, because you know turnover happens at the federal level, and we
All the
keep
time.
sending it back,
Yeah.
but the money's not always guaranteed there.
It
you
is
know?
not.
So,
And we have to be prepared as a county, not only to prepare for these things, but the safety and well-being of our citizens. So when this event does occur, we're ready to do it.
Yeah.
And do it smart, safely, and the least amount of expense.
yeah, and I think that's we've carried that through with the pandemic as well. Like you said, you know, the vaccine rollout. Obviously, you know, there was frustrations from residents in the beginning because I'm eligible and I want to get it, but the supply wasn't there, and now it seems to have picked up. There's a permanent vaccine location now in Fort Pierce
That the state just
state just opened
alluded
up?
to it, gave it to us,
Yeah.
yes.
And we're still working with DOH to do mass vaccines at the Fenn Center and the Mid-Florida Event Center down in Port St. Lucie. So.
No, really good stuff. I'm real proud of the job that we've done as a community and as a county, is rolling this out with as least confusion. And we've received, not me and all the other commissioners, have received hundreds of emails of testimonials, how smooth it's gone, that, you know, they were afraid, of course, you know, but how smooth it was, and that they felt safe throughout the whole process, and it was like that.
Yeah.
In, out. So,
And
good stuff.
not to violate HIPAA, but I did see you posted on social media, so I hope it's okay. You got your shot?
I did.
You're okay?
I'll be 63 years old this year, so I waited until they made it 60, and this Monday they reduced it to
50.
Friday. So I did make an appointment. I got my shot yesterday. It was a Pfizer shot, and I haven't
no
felt
side
any.
effects,
I don't
no?
feel like Superman, but a little soreness in my arm, but nothing really to think about. And not to make light of a subject, but somebody says, "Oh, you're going to get the vaccination. Do you know what's in it?" And I said, "No, but I eat hot dogs, and I don't know what's in them either." And I just think for the
dogs taste
safety
good.
and well-being of our communities, I know that all our former presidents, including Donald Trump now, have encouraged people to get their shots. So why I did that on social media was to encourage
Sure.
our citizens. We want to get past this. The quicker everybody gets their vaccination, life will get back to more normal air than it is currently.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
The March seemed like we were, back to not full blown, but
Yeah.
there were a lot of tourists in the area
Yeah.
coming down to Florida. And it's been a rough winter up north, so
Oh, it sure
that
has.
always helps to come down here. We've had perfect weather. So.
Yeah, and I'm excited that I think we're going to get back to more normal events and things of that nature real soon. So.
Yeah. Well, Commissioner, we're running short on time. Is there anything else you want to mention before we wrap up the show?
No, it's just that, you asked me before about how to, you stay active, you stay busy, but no job is work when you love what you do. And I've worked my whole life, as you alluded to. I just retired, but I was able to work hard, earn a respectable retirement, and then able to give back to my community. And that's what I think I love most about this job, is just being able to help people. And if you see a situation that you can jump in there and try to facilitate and help the citizens of our county, and it's very rewarding. So.
Yeah.
I
Like you said,
appreciate
sometimes
that.
it's not even help that the county necessarily provides, but it's just connecting the dots, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
and all these non-for-profits, you could say, like Scott Van Duver does this thing, Slices for Seniors.
Yeah.
I just got my mom out of rehab facility yesterday. She came home yesterday.
Awesome.
They brought pizzas and cards from kids just to tell these senior citizens, hey, we know you haven't seen somebody in a long time, but we care. We love you.
I'd take a slice of pizza over a hug any day.
But that, with the Boys and Girls Club, Treasure Coast Food Bank, everybody stepped up this during the pandemic, because if you're not feeding your people, you're going to go from a problem to a pandemic and unjust. People are going to get upset and they're going to take extreme measures. And I think we beat the curve on that. And we're feeding our citizens. And we've got a long way to go. Everybody
Sure.
knows this economy got pretty banged up. But we're going to work real hard to make sure that every person that wants to work can work. And I always say, you should not only be able to work and play here, but you should be able to live here. So those are the things I strive for.
Awesome. Well, Commissioner, thanks for coming on the show today.
Appreciate you always.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break and then come back and wrap up the show. We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Inside St. Lucie, and we hope you'll tune in again next month. If you have topics or subjects you'd like to see covered here on the program relating to St. Lucie County government, give us a call at 772-462-1791 or send us an email at pio@stlucieco.org. And if you'd like to see previously aired episodes of this or other SLC TV programs, visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/stluciegov. For myself and the staff, I'm your host, Eric Gill. Thanks for watching.